Wow, somebody's got way too much time on their hands. Welcome back, collectors. Let's talk about obsolete currency this week. First, what is obsolete currency? Well, obsolete currency generally refers to paper money issued by entities other than the federal government. For example, state and local governments, state banks, railroads, and local merchants. The notes issued by state banks make up the largest portion of obsolete currency. These are also commonly referred to as broken banknotes or busted banknotes. These notes were generally issued between 1792 and 1866. During this time, the federal government was unable to produce sufficient coinage to meet the nation's growing economic needs. So, local banks and private institutions began producing their own paper money to meet the needs of local commerce. It is estimated that over 8,000 institutions issued obsolete notes during this period. And if you're interested in learning more about obsolete currency, I highly recommend the Obsolete Paper Money book by Don Kelly. This is a fantastic book. It's a deep dive into the obsolete area of numismatics. It's over 600 pages. It's sorted by state and city within that state. Lots of pictures, lots of information. Big, deep rabbit hole here. The variety of vignettes used on these notes provides any collector today with a plethora of collecting choices. One could collect notes that only feature trains, ships, famous people like presidents, or in my case, I have decided to collect obsolete notes that feature coins. Coins on currency seems like a good direction. So let's take a look at a few of them.
This first note is from the Farmers and Merchants Bank of Memphis, Tennessee. As you can see, it has 5 gold dollars, also our friends the cherubs, on it. I have featured this note in an earlier video, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but this is a nice note. Most of these notes are blank on the back. Now this next note is from the Bank of West Tennessee, Memphis. Pay attention to this vignette and this one. This one does have something on the back. You don't usually see any designs on the backs of obsoletes. That's a little unusual. Looks like it may have been in a book or an album of some kind. You see where it was attached. Now, let's look at this next note. Remember I said to pay attention to this vignette and this one? Well, you'll see it again on this note from the Bank of Tecumseh in Michigan. Now, as you can see, most of these notes are of poor quality. I pick them up here and there when I feel like I'm getting a good deal. Occasionally I'll spend a little extra money, but for the most part, as I said, I'm just collecting them for the vignettes anyway. And this does give the note some character. Here is the Union Bank of Augusta, Georgia, with our friends the cherubs fighting between 2 U.S. silver dollars from the period. This one is dated 1854. Now there is a remainder of a little something on the back. It's worn almost all the way off by now. Here's another one from that same bank with just one cherub and $1. Yep. Not a lot of that left, but anyway, still interesting. This is, I believe, what's called a Spanish mill dollar. Again, still a coin on currency. This one from the Mechanics Savings and Loan Association of Savannah, Georgia, dated 1862. What I really like about this note, and you probably already see things bleeding through from the back. Well, you say, well, that looks like a 5 and that looks like an X. Well, it is. It's what was left of a sheet of remainder notes, I would guess, and that was cut. And the paper was reused. A $5 note and a $10 note. Probably from the same bank, best I can tell. So a lot happening here. I really like this piece. And from that same bank, we have a fractional obsolete with a quarter on it. This one at 25 cents. And finally, my latest purchase from the Saginaw, Michigan City Bank, a $2 bill from 1837 with these two silver dollar reverses. I'm still amazed that something like this still exists today. You know, the paper on most of these notes is like tissue paper. So it's amazing to me that something like this, almost 200 years old. This note's over practically 190 years old, and it's still here today and in, reasonably good condition. Collecting notes like this doesn't have to cost a lot of money. I spent on average about $50 per note. A few of them, of course, I spent a lot less than $50, and one or two of them cost me more. The nicer the note, the higher the price. I think the lesson here is collect what you like, set a budget, and have fun. I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about obsolete currency? Is this something you would be interested in collecting? If so, leave a comment and let us know what vignettes interest you. And thanks for stopping by.